No echo.
Sweet. Right, we're fucking off. Yay! Right. Okay, guys.
Let's
Hiya.
go.
Welcome to the second episode of the Great Debate. We have with us Lukas from NW Bait Labs. And as always, I love watching Lucas's stuff. He's regularly on lives. He's full of energy, so I'm hoping he's really going to bring the energy on this one as well, and get it going and just push. Go on then, mate. Let's tell us all about yourself.
How we doing? Good evening. I am full of energy because I'm going fishing tomorrow. So yeah, I'm really excited. Car's loaded.
Are you off too bad?
We're off to Drayton Reservoir. There's 24 of us going. So yeah. I've even got a haircut for it as well, as Ryan says. I even got a haircut for it as well.
I put a hat on. I haven't got I'm not getting my haircut till tomorrow, so I kind of missed the deadline for tonight.
We're doing a YouTube video, so yeah, I got the hair done as well, just in case. You never know. I'm not caught a fish yet on the YouTube session, so.
Ooh, break the curse.
Don't curse myself just yet.
So like I said, you got into fishing not too long back, isn't it? Tell us a bit of how you got into it and how that all come about and why you love it now.
So it's coming up to 3 years since I started fishing. Some people will probably roll their eyes at that and start thinking, what? And he's making bait. But yeah, it's coming up to 3 years. Played football a lot when I was younger. Stopped playing football. I started going fishing. A mate got me into it. Took me down to the local, mithered me. Took me down to the local. Set me up a rod and sat me there on the method feeder, and that was it. Weekend later, I was night fishing, and it just become an addiction and a hobby, and then a job at the same time, and whatever else has come from it has just kept on going. But yeah, that's how fishing started. So I haven't been fishing long.
So all right then. So you said you used to play football. That was every weekend, was it? Full on and
pretty much, yeah. I was playing on a Saturday, managing on a Sunday. So yeah, I was flat out like all weekend playing football. So I never had. There was never in a million years I had time to go fishing, and people didn't think I'd had the patience to go fishing either. And yeah, that one Sunday morning, and I was rough. I was hungover when he dragged me there. Changed a lot of stuff, to be honest with you. Yeah, opened up a lot of avenues. Really changed what I wanted to do, what I was spending my time doing.
Compare catching a fish to scoring a goal.
Same feeling, and it's by far the same feeling. Catching a fish, especially now when it's on my own bait, like that's even more than scoring a goal. Catching a fish is, yeah, it's up there. It's up there, especially when it's on your own bait at the same time. It's the feeling's different, man. No matter the size as well. I think it doesn't matter the size. Knowing that the bait's working and then obviously catching it at the same time is some feeling.
Are you just predominantly carp then? Have you dabbled in multi-species or anything like that?
No, I've only focused on carp fishing. That's all I've set myself up for. It's all I've really focused myself on for the last kind of 3 years. Set up my own little TikTok page for my own personal stuff between me and my mate when we're out traveling about. And that's when I really started getting like a lot of my ideas kind of thing for what I was wanting to do, what I could see the potential of doing, where I could take things. And I think it was just a matter of time. Things fell into place and then this happened.
Right, well, that leads us on perfectly to, how did it all start for you? It's you're fairly new to carp fishing. You've been out a few times. Obviously, you've used the stuff off the shelf and everything. What suddenly made you go, do you know what? This stuff is gash. I want to make my own.
So a lot of the people I'm going fishing with have been fishing for a while. It's not like they were new to fishing either. So they've been fishing for quite a long time. So for me, it was quite like I was thrown quite in the deep end. I think I've been fishing about 3 months and I was on Hardwick and Smiths down at Linear. with my father-in-law. So it was like in at the deep end kind of thing. It was no mess. Like people always say, start on the method feeder and all this kind of thing. For me, it was just in at the deep end. If you're getting into fishing, you've got to get into it because the people you're going with, they're going fishing. You know what I mean? Like, so that's how I started really getting into my nights. Now I won't go for like less than 48 hour pretty much at a weekend, so it's not worth it. After about 12 months of fishing, obviously did a few social events with quite a few people, different bait companies and stuff like that kind of thing. Met quite a few people, become friends with a few people from them. There was like 15, 20 lads who were all looking to go fishing every month, pick a venue. This is the date we're going. If you come in, book on kind of thing. We did a few of them, which were great. And then while I was sat there watching like the bookings come in for these social events, I was like, why are we not selling these people bait? Like, why are we not doing it? And the person I was doing the socials with at the time had previously made bait. So it was like, what are we doing? Like, it's a bit silly not to be doing this. So I didn't sleep for 2 nights. That was it. I was up for 2 nights, just thinking of ideas, thinking of names, thinking of flavours, thinking of what other people had told me from like the last 2 years of fishing kind of thing, what I'd picked up, knowledge from like what people were talking about, what they used to fish with 20 years ago, some people were telling me kind of thing. And some of the tales, what I'd picked up and some of the stories, what I picked up, I was like, you can make something out of some of these flavours, what I've got here. So I started writing stuff down. And it all just started falling into plan. Like, next thing you know, we bought the equipment. There was 3 of us involved. So next thing you know, we bought the equipment. And we set the website up. And that within a week, we had probably say about 20 kilo in bundles order. And then 8 lads were going to France. And they ordered nearly 60 kilo of bait, 70 kilo of bait off us. And that was it. That was the start. That was
that just catapulted you into it, and then just
that was last August, end of last August. Well, we set everything up June time. Mixed a few extracts, smelt a few different flavors, come up with a few ideas, few different bundles, what we were going to do, kind of thing. Started advertising it, marketing it, because that's kind of the background that I've come from previously. So started marketing it and setting it all up. And yeah, from when we said the website's open, that was it kind of thing. And that, don't get me wrong, quietened off over December and January, which was expected. But last month again was just with no baiting, yes, with no boilies on the shelf.
Yeah, well, there's worse problems to have.
Yeah, there is.
I mean, you've literally newcomer. You've learned from people who are experienced and everything else. You've learned your baits, you've learned your profiles, you've learned your extracts. You've knitted this all into a passion now. All right, football was your passion, but now carp fishing's now become your passion, and the bait's become your passion.
Yeah, it's like I've got flavor. We only have 5 flavors on the market. We started off with the mango, which is the luminous greens, which people rave about because you don't see that luminous green very often.
It's unique.
Yeah, it's very unique. And again, the mango flavor. I don't know anybody who's making mango boilies. I couldn't tell you. I haven't seen anyone make a boilie green and mango. We do. Something I haven't seen. That's one of my OG favourite flavours. So yeah, we've gone krill, we've gone mango, then we've got the pineapple. So all them 3 flavours stayed on the menu in January when we did a bit of a reshuffle. So all them 3 flavours have just been ticking fish all the time. And we then replaced them in January with orange and squid, which I don't know why I didn't release it back in August, because it's blown everything to pieces, as I knew it would do, but I was just a bit hesitant to release it. And then we've released the Nut Storm, which is a very strong nut and whiskey. So we're only rocking with 5 flavours. But these are all the things what go on in the background. You obviously only see what's available, whereas in the background, I'm making stuff what I could be releasing in maybe 6, 8, 9, 12 months' time.
So when obviously you do try all these flavors yourself. You come up with these. I call you the genius of the lab. You know, you're a bit, you know, you kind of like you think out the box, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I love about your baits, is that it's very out the box. Like you said, the bright green mango flavor, everything like that. I mean, that to me, that draws me in. That's what I like. The Krill Storm, which I got from you, is wow. You know, it's the guy. Put it this way, my shed absolutely bumps of it. Like,
I've said it a few times, and I say it again. Boilies isn't the best way to keep fish feeding because of the high proteins to them. Fish come in, take a couple, they're done. They're off your spot and away. The boilies we're making, if a fish comes in and takes a couple, it's going to shoot off, and then half an hour later, because it's not full because of the digestive to the bait and the breakdown to the bait, he's going to then think, I'm going to go back to that spot. Doom, 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 and there's your up bait.
It doesn't feel like, and the nice thing about it is that they do work in the colder weather for that reason. Through that they're not hard to digest or anything else. You know, they can pass it easy enough. They come back, feed again, come back, feed again. Doesn't fill them up in the winter. I mean, you don't want to be giving them too much in the winter.
I don't like people that say, I fish one bait in summer and I fish one bait in winter. It's one bait in summer and one bait in winter. You should be able to fish one bait all year round. If you know that bait's working, you can fish that all year round, no questions asked. Like for me, last year I fished heavily on the krill. I won't lie. I fished solely on the krill. This year I've ripped winter up on the ONS. Now for me, I can make the orange a little bit less and the squid a little bit more in summer for the more fish. In winter, you can tone the fruity up a little bit and you can mess around with what you want to do. But we've found the perfect ratio of the orange with the undertone of the squid. And then when you smell it, it's such a bitter, it's like a bitter chocolatey smell.
Right.
It's very, very, very unique. Again, I don't think I've smelled anything like it on the market. I've smelt a lot of squid baits. We made toffee squid to start off with. I like the toffee squid. It just didn't do what the ONS has done, and that's catch fish.
Yeah, well, it's two classic flavors there, isn't it? And it's finding that right combination, the right level of each to include each flavor to actually, make it work, in fact. But one thing I have got to know is you make these flavors, you're not scared to try out the box things.
Yep.
How? I mean, I've been fishing for 35 years. You know, I've been fishing that long. Whether it's because I've actually been conditioned into, right, this is what you use, this is the going bait, this is that, this is this. Whereas you're a newcomer, you've gone, do you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to try that. Do you know what? That's going to work. So how do you build yourself that much confidence to go, yeah, this is how we're doing it?
I've had a couple. I have another business already, so I've already taken risks in that line of work. When it comes to running a business, so taking a risk on releasing something and it failing doesn't faze me in the slightest. One of the biggest things I've learned is you're never going to know how good something is unless you actually do it. It's all right having the idea and thinking about it and writing it down on the paper and not sleeping at night. But if you never actually follow through with that idea and see what it's like and advance it, then how are you ever going to know the end result? So for me, I get ideas all the time. Andrew, one of my business partners now, will tell you I must ring him every hour of the day. And I'm like, what's this? What's that? What can we do? What can we do this? What can we do this? Can we do that? Can we do this? My mind doesn't stop. Sometimes it's bad because in a business, you can kind of over launch and over kind of spread yourself across. And that's why we've limited ourselves to the 5 flavors. I'm not here, and I've said this to quite a lot of people, and I think I've said it to you already. I'm not here to make any money out of what I'm doing right at this moment in time. For me, it's a passion. It's a sport. It's an interest, what I have. I get a message every weekend. I've caught this fish on your bait. I've caught that fish on your bait. Every other weekend, I've had a PB. I've caught this. I've caught that. Sometimes I'm sat on the sofa and someone's fishing. Like last night, I think it were my nephew's just caught this. For me, I can sit there and I'm not even fishing, and I just feel like I've caught a fish.
It's almost like you're fishing without being on the bank.
Yeah. It's such a satisfactory feeling of being able to sit there and think someone's just caught on my bait. It's like this weekend we've got 24 lads coming down to Drayton. I think there's about 10, maybe 12 lads using the bait. A couple aren't. Out of them 10 or 12 lads that are using the bait, the photos, the videos, for me, watching them catch fish, don't cover your ears if you come in. I won't be bothered if I blank, but all the lads who are using my bait catch.
Yeah.
If that makes sense to you. Like,
no, I completely understand.
I've done 5 YouTube videos now and not caught a single fish, and someone's caught a fish on every YouTube video I've done. That's a week's worth of editing, a whole weekend of filming. I haven't caught a fish, but someone else has caught a fish, and I'm still as buzzing, and I'm still doing the video. You know what I mean? There's like a little hook, and it's got me there, bottom of the lip.
I think it's great, and to go from, like you said, from football's a team sport. Yeah, it's a team sport, whereas angling can be very individual. So without having that team driving you on and pushing you, passing you the ball and everything, how do you keep yourself motivated to keep going on?
I'd say in the last 12 months, last year, 2025, I did a lot of fishing on my own, which was nice. 2024, I fished with my mate quite a lot, doubled up in a bivvy together, having a laugh together kind of thing. Last year, I took my fishing a lot more serious. I fished on my own quite a bit, sessions on lakes where people were like, what you're doing on there kind of thing. And that for me is like a challenging test. It's like knowing that you're playing top of the league and you're bottom of the league kind of thing, and you've got a big game coming up and you go into this lake, and like I sit there for 2 or 3 nights beforehand and I'm working out what swim I want, where am I going to be fishing, what bait am I going to fish with. And then when I get set up and I'm sat down, that's when then my ideas all start coming through, and I'm like, what can we do with this? What can we do with that? What could we do with that? What could we do with this? And then I'm sat watching videos and I'm sat researching different extracts and where I can get stuff imported in from and where I can get that imported in from. It's crazy.
It must be nice though, going anywhere with your bait, and if you do blank, knowing it's not my bait choice, it's something which I didn't fish it right, it's my rig wasn't right, or I was in the wrong area or something like that. So it must be nice having that confidence to go, do you know what, it's not the bait, I just fucked it up. Like,
I was fishing the other day, the other month on quite a difficult water, YouTube session again. The lad who was with us, peg at the side of me, had 3 fish in horrendous conditions. And I'm drenched to the bone for like hours recording him and sorting the fish out with him and everything like that kind of thing. And I didn't have a single fish all weekend. And people are like, how can that be rewarding for you? How can you enjoy doing that? You didn't catch, but you were absolutely drenched to the bone all weekend. The lad who came, Dave, caught 3 fish on my bait on a difficult water. So of course I'm going to be there to record, get pictures, capture it all and show people the bait works. I get people popping up all the time, sponsor me, will you send me free bait? And don't get me wrong, sometimes I feel a bit like, I get times are hard, people are struggling and the economy and politics, we won't even go into it and all that kind of thing, yeah? People are stretched. And I try to help out as many people as I can help out as I possibly can do. We do giveaways every week, we do all sorts of different things. But you can't just message me and not even follow me and ask for free bait. You know what I mean? You don't even follow me. You've never followed me. You've not liked a single video. You've never interacted with me. But now you're messaging for free bait. Like, we can test whatever we want to test. We can do liquids. We've compared our liquids to other people's liquids. We've done all sorts.
Yeah, Tell us a bit about one of those magnificent liquids. No names though. No.
I won't mention any names. I'm not
All right.
bad-mouthing anybody, just to make it clear. I am not bad-mouthing anyone at all. But when it comes to fish safety and bait, everything needs to be tested correctly, right? We tested various different liquids up at my mate's lodge with pond water, straight from the pond into a bucket. There is a certain name brand of liquid still currently sat in a clunk out of the bottle when it's been squeezed in a big clunk, sat there, not moved, as an oil ball. Now, that bucket froze over twice 2 months ago. It was -7 up here. The bucket was completely frozen. It's defrosted, and guess what's still at the bottom?
Still that liquid.
Still that liquid.
That's crazy.
So we don't need anyone to test anything. We've got enough people around us to test it. We've got waters that we've got access to. I've got access to another water where I can go and I can catch several fish on it. I had 3 fish last weekend on there on the ONS, so I know it's working. One lad was fishing Parker Baits and he blanked. Don't need to say no more.
50 Fishing Adventures. I can have a good guess who that is. Yeah, no guessing, please.
No guessing, no in the comments, no in the comments.
No.
But then when it comes back to helping people out and supporting people, people might have seen the little video of Teddy on the profile. Teddy, again, like, mad little story. When we were first making bait and we were on the live, Teddy joined with his dad and he was out fishing. They showed massive love in the live and they put an order in, kind of thing. I got chatting with his dad, Carl. Teddy, God bless him, has got multiple health complications, and he's at such a young age. It's a shame, man. But the guy is like, honestly, he's like the brightest star in ever. Like, he is full of energy. He's crazy. He's non-stop. He's wild. So I sent him a bit of bait down as a freebie in it, as a bit of a, you can be our only sponsored angler, and he still is the only person I've ever give free bait to, as like a complete freebie. He's got a little hat and he's got some stickers. He's coming up to Drayton this weekend.
Oh, wicked!
And then when we were setting up, there was a load of equipment down south. What someone had kindly offered us, donated to us basically, but we had to make the 4-hour drive down to go and pick it all up. Well, Cal and Teddy was like half an hour, 45 minutes away from where they were. So Cal jumps in the car, goes and picks everything up for us the weekend before, and then I went down and met him. I had a nice big dinner with him and that kind of thing, and me and Teddy got to meet for the first time. And he's coming Drayton at the weekend. All the lads who are coming to Drayton are buzzing to see him because he's just full of beans. He's a Tottenham fan, so that's not looking good for him because they're near the bottom of the league. So, yeah, I keep winding him up about that, saying that Bolton will be playing Tottenham next year kind of thing. So he's not happy about that. He's really not. But he is one of the main reasons why I love doing what I'm doing. We did a giveaway last week and I've still not been down to a local lake and given the pots away yet because I've been that busy. We're going fishing this weekend. But Smithy's Fishing Adventures, who's in the comments down below, he won the giveaway and he was like, go and donate it to somebody else, who, like, young kids on the bank kind of thing. And that for me is what I love doing, because I wish someone told me about fishing when I was like 12, 13, 14, because I'd have stopped playing football. I'd have stopped playing football because there's other bits of trouble what comes from playing football, going out afterwards, drinking and everything else kind of thing. If someone had said to me at 14, 15, this is a bivvy, this is a bed chair, this is 3 rods and 3 alarms, this is your landing net and cradle, this is how you catch fish, we'd have been 10, 15 years in advance now.
Yeah. But don't think, you know, things happen at certain times for the right reason. You know what I mean? Perhaps you weren't quite ready to let go of that football life or anything like that, and you know, and now you're actually settling into the angling more. You know, it's it's crazy.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's like, that's another thing that someone's just commented. How's Wiggs doing? Is he still rolling your baits? That's another thing. The guy who I originally started off doing the baits then with stepped away. Just couldn't keep up. Not keep up, but he has a problem with his back. So it was just too much of a commitment for him. making the baits kind of thing. And I know that I think he's due an operation this year. So he just said, like, I can't keep up with what you need me to do kind of thing. So we just parted ways, and that was it then. That was like, it was on me. I had to step into it then and start rolling and doing the whole shabam.
Yeah. So, you've had this journey from footballer, fisherman, looking at your baits and everything else. Now, where are you moving through now? Because I mean, you've just had a big crossover, big collaboration, haven't you?
Yeah. So, like I said, December and January are quite quiet. We just got ourselves a nice garage, kitted it all out, and we were just literally plodding through the months. In December, Dr. Carp's Andrew become our first and only TikTok stockist of the bait. We kind of made that exclusive for him because of the desire what he showed for the bait as such. So he was given the only actual TikTok seller rights to the bait. Middle of January, I was like, mate, how's your sales doing? Just as like a general business owner to business. There we go. Just as a general business owner, conversation to conversation kind of thing. He was like, yeah, nice and slow, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, right, let's start doing like a Wednesday night live. Let's start jumping on lives on a Wednesday night, promoting the bait, promoting your products. Let's do it as like a tag team kind of thing, like two separate companies, but both selling separate things. We did a couple of them, and it was good. The response was a bit like brilliant. One Tuesday night, I was just laying in bed, like wide awake, mind on overload, and I was just like, there's something more we can do together, rather than being two separate companies and being not against each other, but competing for the same audience kind of thing and the same interests. Something we can do together. NW Bait Lab is a unique bait itself. We make it in-house. Dr. Carp's is an online tackle shop going into an actual foot opening door shop as well, in the not so near future. So for us, for me, I was like, why don't we team up? Let's compare accounts. Let's look at the figures. Let's see where we're both at, and let's go on an even rate straight through it. And let's just basically monopoly the market rather than being two separate companies doing the same thing. Be one company and have more of an audience together as such. So from the 6th of February, that launched. Dr. Carp's and NW Bait Lab Limited. Woo! So that went official. On Company's House, limited company, 3 equal directors, and to be honest with you, Smithy's just said it in the comments, best thing we've done.
Yeah, I mean, I do jump on sort of like your lives, on every Wednesday. You can, here's a plug for you. Go on in. Every Wednesday night, 8:30 on the Dr. Carp's TikTok account. Yeah. We do flash sales, we do giveaways, we do product highlights, and we chat waffle for about an hour and a half, basically. And we just have a good laugh. And like every week there's somebody new who buys something, and that just shows that it's not the same people just buying to support. New people come and buy. Yeah, I love the little dance you gave last night as well. It's you're having a proper boogie, like.
I was having a little dance last night, yeah. But yeah, the last month has just been phenomenal. The team who are behind us have just really backed us, sharing all our stuff, getting it out there. I know there's a lot of people who watch these lives who, I said it at the start when I said I've been fishing for 3 years, roll their eyes. I know there's a lot of people that think that kind of thing. I've had comments passed back to me, but for me, that's people who don't like when someone's succeeding, and when someone's bait is doing well or someone is doing well, they pass off little negative comments. So, mate, I know all 5 flavours are working. They've all caught fish in the last 30 days, all 5 flavours, every single one of them, across a mid-range of difficult waters to easy runs waters. I sleep at night because I know my bait works.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't be too concerned about the negative people. In fact, I think that you're actually further ahead than a lot of people, especially with sort of like the idea is you think out the box, and that's what it needs at the moment. It's not looking for the next best thing or anything. It's looking for what you can be confident in to move on. That does catch you fish.
Yeah.
And you're not trying to compete with the big boys here and compete with the big boys there or anything. You're making bait which actually works. And these people who are negative, they're so conditioned into it's got to be quarter. It's got to be Nash. It's got to be mainline. It's got to be DNO. It's bullshit at the end of the day, and it becomes a competition with anglers on there, and there's so much hostility on the banks as well through it. If you haven't got the best rod, if you haven't got the best bait, if you haven't got this, honestly, and that's why I don't fish these busy day ticket waters or anything like that. I like to disappear up the mountain somewhere in a pond which has only got 7 fish in and try to catch one of those and deal with 70 bloody idiots on the bank.
The day you do it on my krill, I'm gonna be like,
yeah. Oh, mate, it's on. I'm currently feeding the krill storm and pellets at the moment, and mixing in with a bit of particle as well. I want to get them in clearing an area. Like I say, it's a bit weedy up there. There's some bird life up there as well. So hopefully it's going to give me a nice plateau where I can start fishing the bottom baits and everything else. And then, but these fish, they've been around forever. Like, they're
not just being stocked out of a warm bath, are they, mate? They've been in there for 30, 40 years. But there's nothing better than catching an old scaly banger. I caught a really nice apple slice in May from a proper weedy pit, and it was probably one of the I've not talked about it much, but it was probably like one of my actual standout fish from last year. Only £19. But that over a tank grown 25, 30, I'd rather have the Starburst apple slice, grey slate mirror.
There's something about these old scaly ones that haven't been force reared. Does that make sense to you? It hasn't been. I think personally, there's morally it's wrong.
Mark, who's just commented in the comments. Yeah, he fishes RH a lot. I go fishing with him a lot. Yeah, he saw the apple slice at Moss Nook, and he would agree that he would agree that fish over a 25-30 there any day, like any day.
Yeah,
beautiful fish, old fish. Probably older than me, and I won't give away my age. Yeah, but it's probably.
Do you think that this tank grown, pool grown, or heat grown, or whatever fish, £70 fish, £72? What was it, £72 an ounce, something like that?
Mm-hmm. Or
do you think that should count towards the British record?
Yeah, it is. It's caught on. It's caught in British, mate. If you caught that in January when there was frost and snow around you, you're going to be doing snow angels, mate, naked. Like, what a picture that is going to be. Like, that's going to be a picture of a lifetime. A 70-pounder in the snow in the UK. Come on, man. That's going to make your photo album forever. But then at
nice fish.
But then at the same time, I like the way they stock them. So they've just taken over Pat's Hall, haven't they? Yeah. The Great Lodge. We're going into who it is now. We're obviously talking about who it is now. But
yeah.
I'm going to, because of the venue they've just taken over. Have you seen some of the prehistoric fish what are in Pat's Hall?
Yes, yeah.
So they're not going to net all of them out, are they? No. So for me, if they now manage that estate properly and they add in a few of these homegrown fish, what they've produced from wherever they've ordered them in from, and then put them in the tanks, yeah, slide them into Pat's Hall in no problem at all, because the chances are you could slip up a 40-pound, 50-year-old scaly banger, or you could slip up a massive 70-pound common what's been in a tank, what's going to rip your head off because it's been grown in warm water. I fished in France last year, mate, and I shouldn't say this, but the bailiff straight away said to me, if you treat your fish over here like you are in the UK, you're going to get bullied.
Beaten up, mate.
Yeah, you're going to get bullied. You need to beat the fish up. And that's why most of the places want you to fish on a barbless hook. Because obviously if it's fighting the life out of you, that hook's just gonna pop, kind of thing. But mate, for me the tank grown fish is interesting because you're catching a 70-pounder at home. It's an hour and a half away for me. Here we go.
Right then, guys, I banged the pole in the top, so there's 3 there. There is right. So first one is runs waters. Is that fake fishing? All right. Second one is being done, but it's interesting to hear other people's versions of it. The magic twig, if you want us to discuss that. Or the last one, pay to win fishing. Has fishing become pay to win to get anywhere?
Get voting, guys.
We'll let you bang in your votes. So get voting, guys.
You got 5 minutes to vote.
5 minutes, and we're gonna have a go.
So are you out this weekend anywhere?
I'm gonna be out Sunday, back on the little pool, the 3-acre one. So, but there's only like 7 fish in there. So one of them's a horrible white and orange koi, but he's a good one because he gives the others away. Yeah, he's a bugger for it. So once you spot him, you'll tend to pick up the other ones. Then probably on the bigger pool, that's only about 4 or 5 acres, but there's a few more fish in there. Do you know what I mean? So I'll be on the bigger one all next week. You know, because it's only just up the road from me. It's literally 5 minutes away.
Someone's put pay to win. Is that matches or online comps?
No, that's basically the more money which you pay for your gear and everything else,
the more fish to catch.
That's what makes you a better fisherman. Yeah.
Know a few of them, don't we?
I've met a few of them.
Know a few of them. Nice, pal. 17 wraps out towards the down wall. He's 15 foot deep. Is that from Willows? Is that from Willows, that Arnie, mate? Because I'm thinking of a good old zig. Zig-a-dig-a-dig. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, tackle tarts. That's what it means. Tackle tarts. Andrew changed his mind now. Everyone wants us to discuss tackle tarts. I went for pay to win fishing. I went for it as well. I'm not gonna lie.
I really like the one on Runswaters. I gotta be honest.
Runswaters is interesting. If I change my vote now, what would it do? Oh, I can't change my vote. I've already submitted it.
Alright, so this is going to be interesting then. So it's looking like the pay to win is gonna be the one. What have we got? We got 2 minutes left.
Should we just start discussing it?
Oh yeah, which one would you be for? Do you think the more money you pay, the better angler you are, or someone with an MGT carp rod can go out there and? So
like, I always view it as. Don't get me wrong, I've got quite a lot of expensive gear. I have got like some expensive stuff, yeah. Because for me, pay cheap, pay twice. That's my motto kind of thing with some things. So there's certain items that you do need to kind of break the bank on as such in order to not have to rebuy it in 6 months' time because it's broke again. But then at the same time, there's lots of budget stuff which still do the exact same job. I wouldn't even say budget stuff. I'd just say more reasonably priced stuff that do the exact same job. NGT's new brand or new range, some of their reels, mate, for like 30 quid compared to like some of the 80, 90 pound Sonic reels. A fraction of the price and they're miles better.
Yeah.
It scares
I
me.
think
And so many young kids nowadays, like, they're probably scared to get into fishing because they see how much stuff is and how much stuff people have got. Like, there's lads who come down to the local and probably look at me and think, "Canal, how much stuff he needs to go fishing. I'm never going to be able to afford that," and it could scare them, kind of thing, and put them off actually going. Whereas there's kids who come down to the local, mate, and they've just got little stalker rod, 8 foot bag of maggots or something like that, and feeder, and they're just flicking it out and they're catching fish non-stop. And they love it. And it doesn't make you a better fisherman because you've got bloody Kaizen Platinums and Corda Singles and Delkims and Fox RXs and all that kind of thing. It makes you no different of a fisherman at all. And I don't even think how long you fish for either makes you any different of a fisherman or where you go fishing. There's so many people who say, "Oh yeah, well I pay 700 quid a year to fish on my syndicate." Well, more fool you, more fool you, mate. Because there's lakes around what I don't need to pay 700 quid for, and I'm catching the same fish as you.
that's the thing, you know. It's like so also along the pay to win. So not only have we got more expensive tackle, does that make you a better fisherman? But it's why should you have to pay 1,500, 1,600, $2,000, yeah, just so you can go catch a fish of a lifetime?
Oh, I'm on Glenville, me, and my ticket cost me $2,000 a year. Well done. Do you want a medal? Like, do you want a medal? No disrespect, I could go and buy that ticket. I could go and buy that ticket if I wanted to go and buy that ticket. Yeah, there's a waiting list, but if I really wanted to go and buy it, I could go and buy it. But I can go and fish other lakes for a fraction of the price and have more fun fishing elsewhere on other venues as well at the same time and catching as good as fish. Don't get me wrong, there's some belting fish in Glenville. It's probably a bad example, mate, but $2,000 for a ticket as such.
But even now, you know, you sort of like you look at it, and everybody's struggling a lot more. No, I say struggling. Like, things are harder than what
things are tighter.
Yeah, things are tighter, right? So you've now got angling clubs with their pricing going up, so they're putting their memberships up. Now memberships are getting harder to get, right? Mm-hmm. So literally, angling has now become more of a business than a passion.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you? There, it's.
I made a comment.
A club could easily go, right, okay. Last 2 years, it's been 20 quid. Yeah, it's been 20 quid. And then, I know, this year we'll put it up to 35. Well, they're going to lose half their members. So why not double their members? Yeah, why not give a little bit back and say, listen, guys, look, we know things are tight, so we're going to keep to the £20, but we're not going to do a stock in this year.
Yeah.
You know, they can do that.
I made a comment. I made a comment a few months ago to a mate of mine who plays a lot of golf. And golf's very similar. There's a massive golf tax and like range or whatever brand you're using, kind of thing. And like when I explained to him how much some of the stuff for fishing, where he was like, "Oh my god, you could never do golf and fishing at the same time, could you?" I was like, "No, not unless you were earning silly money." Like, I go fishing twice a month for a full weekend. One of them trips is a visit out to a different fishery where it could cost me anywhere between like £60 to maybe £120, depending on where I'm going, where I'm fishing. But my other trip then will be on my local where I bailiff or on my mate's lodge, where it doesn't cost me any money.
Yeah.
Because I don't need to spend money to go and catch a fish and have a good time. For me, it's not about just catching fish. It's not about having the best gear. It's about going out, creating memories, having a laugh, enjoying yourself, and forgetting what happened last week. That's my main thing. When I go fishing, I forget what happened last week. And when I come home on a Sunday, when I wake up Monday, that's a full new week for me. And it takes me a couple of weeks then, obviously, when I go fishing again, and then I reset. That weekend is a full reset. You don't need to catch. You do not need to catch.
No, I completely agree.
Getting out what does it.
Another thing with sort of like the pay to win and the money sort of thing is it comes back to sort of like the kids and the youngsters which are going on the bank, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're going on the bank and they are seeing these tackle tuts, with, 3, 4, 5, 6,000 pounds worth. They're turning up with their 12-foot angling shoots, whatever it is. At least they're getting out fishing.
Yeah.
But they feel embarrassed. They look down
That's
upon.
what I said. They're scared to come on. They're scared to come on. Yeah, they're scared to come on. It scares people off. I say that all the time. It scares people off. Like, don't get me wrong, a lot of our lads I go fishing with got good gear. They all buy decent stuff and that kind of thing. But that's not to, like, rub it into anybody or make someone feel worse for what they buy. They buy it because they know.
I guarantee that they'd help out. They'd help out a youngster if.
So I'll plug him now. So Dan, one of the lads who's in the team who's tested quite a lot of the bait for us, he sold one of his old bivvies on Facebook last week. The young lad who come down bought his bivvy with his mum. Dan basically sent him home with a bait package. Half a kilo of krill, half a kilo of pineapple, a few pop-ups, a few wafters of each flavour. Have that as well, lad, if you're going fishing this weekend. A little care package for bait for you while you're buying my bivvy. The lad only sent him a picture on Sunday and said, "Thank you very much for sending me over the krill, mate. I've just gone and caught my PB of £23 on it."
Oh, wicked. You see, it's stories like that. There should be more stories like that, which are out there and which are pushed by...
Just give him half a bag of boilies, what he had sat under the stairs, what he's had there for months. No skin off his nose.
Yeah, but stories like that don't get highlighted. And they don't get highlighted, do they?
No,
because they're not representing a brand, or they're not
mainline,
the latest tackle or anything like that, or they're not towing the line or the political line or whatever it is. Yeah, and I also noticed that through TikTok as well. There are stories which are good stories out there, which are great videos out there, but they're not pushing it and they won't show it because
my Teddy video. I think he's only on 3,000 views. I think he's only on 3,000 views, something like that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And yeah, you get some chubby hubby dancing almost butt naked or jumping in the river light, and they're getting like 18 million views. It's like,
we've seen that guy in the waders with his hat on and his sunglasses on, and he dances in angling direct like that. We've got a mate who looks like that, man. So every time he puts a new video on, we all screen record it and tag him and send it to him, and that it's so funny. But like that, them videos go viral. Like, just go viral straight away.
It's crazy, isn't it? And I've noticed that the more the more you put into a video, the less you're going to get out of that.
Yeah,
And unfortunately, that's just not it. But it is a good. It's a good platform to be doing stuff like this.
It is
because let's be honest,
I love TikTok. I've met so many people off TikTok. Made so many mates off TikTok. I know it sounds mad, but like so many people that I speak to on like a daily basis now. So many people who are so similar to you, who you would never ever meet just through an app. Like, it's crazy. It is really crazy. Like, we're going to Drayton tomorrow. I'm coming down from Manchester to Northampton or Daventry. And I'm coming past Walsall, where one of the lads on the bait team is, at Junction 17. And he was like, "I'd be up for coming Drayton, but I don't drive. If anyone could pick me up, I'd come." Yeah, man. No problem.
Yeah. It's become a community, hasn't it? Whereas,
no problem. We'll come and pick you up, mate. I'd rather have you with us fishing and using our bait and having a laugh over the weekend than sat at home and not doing anything.
So what we're basically saying now is, don't be a pay-to-win wanker. Yeah. If there's someone out there that needs help them. Yeah. They don't need the best gear. They just need the knowledge to help them and make them move forward. And that's it. There's no such thing as a noddy.
No. There's definitely not. There's definitely not. It's just somebody learning, and like, I'm still learning, mate. Like, I will not lie to you right now. Like, and I'll say this to anyone, if anyone says they know everything, shut up. Shut up.
I'm still learning now. I'm still learning now. And I've been angling ever since I was a nipper. Yeah.
I could put money on
things out there.
Most of the Corder boys. Yeah. Mate. Maker, for example, catches on every water he bloody goes on. What he did on Cardiff Wharf was ridiculous in them 3 or 4 visits. One of them fish, that big Hubs, hasn't even been out or whatever it was called in like 12, 18 months or something like that. And he goes and catches it on like 4 nights in. I know for a fact he will not sit there and say he knows everything about fishing. I know that for a fact. Because there'll be so... Lad, you saw it. Look at Danny on the underwater cameras over at Gigantica last year, right? Prime example, Danny owns Corda, yeah? He must have spent, rough estimations, best part of maybe £500,000, maybe even more, on booking the lakes out and getting the losing bookings and everyone going to the lakes, basically. So booking the lakes out, the cameras that they've put in, the staff and the crew that are doing the work for them, the hours they spent recording it and everything like that must have cost hundreds of thousands of pounds, right? Poor Danny, the guy who invested it into it all and is the owner of the business, didn't catch a single fish on the underwater footage.
I did watch that one. I did watch
in
that.
About 4 weeks of fishing. He cried at the end of his YouTube video, right? That isn't someone that says he knows it all.
No,
and,
not
and
at
he
all.
And he runs a big company.
I'll hold my hands up when I first sort of like, when you first take in more notice of what's on YouTube and everything else, I wasn't Fairbrass's biggest fan. I got to be honest. In fact, I struggled to watch. But as he's got older, and I think maybe as I've got older as well, I like him more. And you start to understand him more, and not just from a business perspective, but from an angler's perspective, and what he's trying to achieve and what he's trying to build.
So I can see what you're saying, and I'd say in the last, I'd probably say 18 months to 2 years, he's got, he's seen
more
that
relatable.
You've seen that soft side, not the soft side, because that's maybe a bit of a weird way to say it, but that actual touch of he doesn't just do it to make money. He has such a passion in what he's doing. For me, at the end of that Gigantica underwater camera footage, what he was filming when he was crying, you could see how much he'd put into that.
Oh yeah, it was a massive investment as well. However, I don't think that I don't think underwaters are when they first started. Yeah, great. This was something new. This was something but everybody's on the bandwagon now. Does that make sense? And a lot of it just seems forced. That's never going to show a true fishing situation. It's never going to show it because this camera's already all of a sudden in their environment. Yeah, this peg's been shut off for 2, 3, 4 weeks, being baited and everything. That's not going to give a true test. It's not going to give a true result.
I know people who have seen that happen on linear. Where they've got there and the tapes have been around, and a day and a half later, Maker's turned up and jumped straight on and ripped 4 fish out, and it's like they've been baiting that up for so many days. It's unbelievable. But I think you're right. I think there's so many lads there.
Sorry, Lucas. So that there, literally, we've just agreed on something there that is a pay-to-win situation.
Yeah.
That is a pay-to-win situation.
Because of who you are, because of what you're paying.
Yeah.
You're guaranteeing yourself a catch. Not guaranteeing yourself a catch, but upping your chances. You know what I mean? It's like...
You're stacking the odds. You're stacking the odds. Like and the thing is, I'm not bad-mouthing any angler, to be honest with you. If you are that good and you have that sponsorship and you have that money behind you to be able to go out and do that, then you are good. And I sit there, I watch Nick Hillier, Terry Hearn, Scott Lloyd, Alan Blair, Ollie David. Watch them all. I love watching all of them. Maker, Dove, everyone, right? Yeah. But what we're actually discussing, is if you pay more or get paid more. Is money a massive factor within fishing?
We wouldn't get that Cardiff Wharf ticket. We wouldn't get that.
No, we are not. I've been on the waiting list. Any anglers at all? We're just putting it out there.
Yeah, I've been on the waiting list for the Prince Albert ticket for 3 years. Right, I could put money on it. If one of them lads at Corder or Nash or Fox or Tracker or whatever the big top 5 brands are, yeah, wanted to get on that Alberts, they'd be on it. They'd be on it.
Yeah,
they're not bothered about my little videos, what I do and my viewing, because I'm small. I'm still in a big pond as a small little swimmer. But if you're one of the big boys and you can pay yourself through the ways, and they know that you don't necessarily have to pay. This is another thing. Content pays. Content pays money. YouTube
Content's
videos.
Actually a new currency.
Yeah, YouTube videos. Yeah. Create revenue for businesses without people knowing, because me and you watch a video on, I'm going to use it as an example. So Chris, who's all over TikTok, who may be good for you to get on, Sober Angler, who's got Opel Lodges in Shropshire. I watched a video, can't remember the guy's names, on YouTube the other day, and I thought, you know what, looks like a good place. That I had a look at booking it kind of thing. I thought, I might book that for like September, October time. So that video was then converted Chris money. You know what I mean? Without it even costing him any money, it's converted in money. So these big brands going in, getting videos on. So
right, Lucas,
it's been a pleasure.
For a bit, mate.
It's been a pleasure.
I've loved it.
Any kind of things like this again, I'd be more than happy to jump on with.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe once I get through the first season of it, so I'm right the way up till the end of July now. Probably cut it off then, have a break for a month. Then I think we're going to pull everybody in on a panel, and we'll have a debate between several different companies. The whole idea of this is to highlight independent brands, not the big lot, but give them a chance, give them the limelight, and I'm meeting great people through it, and it's going well. It really is. So Lucas, mate, I've loved every bit of it. All right. Guys, thank you so much. Lucas, I will be chatting to you very, very soon again. I'll be dropping in another order to you, buddy. And I'll let you know when it's up on YouTube as well.
Thank you for hosting us.
Yeah, mate, it's been brilliant. Dr. Carpies, thank you very much for your support right through this. Everybody who was on there, thank you so, so much for your support. It's much appreciated. And if you did enjoy this, give us both a like, a follow, and look out on the YouTube channel. All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Have a good evening.
Catch you later.